According to a new, very important Republican primary presidential poll from the state of New Hampshire, Ron DeSantis has somehow managed to not only close a 25-point gap between him and Donald Trump, but he is now, for the first time ever in New Hampshire, polling ahead of Donald Trump among Republicans and who they would like to vote for in their state's primary in 2024. Last time this poll was taken, Donald Trump had 43% of the support. Ron DeSantis in second place had 18%. Today, Ron DeSantis has 39% of the support to Donald Trump's 37%. So it's a 2-point gap, well within, of course, the margin of error. But to me, that's the irrelevant part. The relevant part is the fact that DeSantis managed to close a 25-point gap between the two men in a matter of months. A matter of months. Donald Trump is currently not a shoo-in to be the 2024 Republican presidential nominee. That's what this poll tells us. And it tells us something even worse than that, too. It tells us that Ron DeSantis could be. DeSantis, as many people have said, we've said it here plenty of times as well, is far more dangerous than Donald Trump because he's not as arrogant, he's not as stupid, he's not as ego-driven as Donald Trump. He is a little more politically savvy. He doesn't put the same kind of incompetent clowns in place as Donald Trump did. DeSantis is a much scarier version of Donald Trump because he has all of Donald Trump's worst qualities, but none of the baggage. And that's why DeSantis should scare the hell out of everyone in this country. Trust me, speaking as someone who lives here in the state of Florida, I know what I'm talking about. You know, all those horrible pieces of legislation we have seen popping up state by state by state, each one with just a couple. Florida's got all of them. We've got the book banning. We've got the anti-critical race theory. We've got the transgender athlete bans. We've got abortion bans. We've got voter suppression. We've got you can run over protesters with your car if they're standing in the street. We have all of the worst legislation from all over the country stacked into one little state down here. And it's all because of Ron DeSantis. And he has managed to pull that off in under 4 years. To be perfectly honest, most of this legislation has been passed within the last 18 months alone. On top of that, the economy of Florida is absolutely in the toilet. We are the least affordable state to buy a house in right now. We're the least affordable state to rent an apartment in right now. Our property costs have risen at a rate higher than any other state in this country. And he's done all that again in less than 4 years. So imagine what this man would be able to do in the White House in 4 years. Because if he is not stopped, if he doesn't get taken, down by his Republican opponents in that Republican primary, he's going to beat Trump. Trump has far too much baggage, and the January 6 hearings are proving that. DeSantis has none of that. So as it stands right now, even though, yes, this is only one poll, and we've had another poll from Colorado that showed the same thing, I would go ahead and say with certainty that Ron DeSantis is the guy to beat.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.